gotta be.
I think that's the way it's gotta be. With my new puff blank. You want to touch? I was wondering what was going on.
I like how I'm talking into this thing, but I have to say check.
Check. Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, true.
Hello, check. Does that work?
Yeah, that's perfect. Wonder if this phone is on an angle or if...
It looks a bit janky.
Okay, you do the intro.
Oh, okay, God forbid we just wait a sec.
Come on, Annie, do it.
Okay. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Dollspace.
What?
Sorry, I wondered if I picked this up and I wondered if that was going to be... Okay, let me do it again.
Okay, you try again.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Dollspace. I'm Degrassi's Annie Clark, and here's my friend...
TikTok Sam Doll.
We haven't done those intros in a while.
I know, we haven't. Because you know what? We're so much more than what we say we are.
Well, usually we just have something at the ready to talk about. But today... Actually, you'd think we would more today because I truly just walked in the door. Usually, Sam and I usually have more preamble before.
Yeah.
We usually hang out for like an hour before we start recording.
Yeah, which is a fuck up because then we are like, oh, you have to repeat yourself. If you said something interesting when we were hanging out, then you have to repeat yourself and tell me on the pod.
So this is kind of cool. But also, I'm not warmed up.
Oh, okay. I'll warm everybody up. I'm currently actively miscarrying, which is why we're in Toronto. I'm here. And yes, I'm wearing a diaper. This will come as a shock to those of you who missed my last TikTok video, which was honestly comical because did you see how many people didn't watch till the end and commented congratulations?
I know. I know. I was wondering that too. I'm like, maybe because you said, don't worry, this will be resolved.
I said there will be an answer to this problem by the end of this. I'm not posting. Also, you know what really pissed me off? I actually don't care that people were commenting congratulations.
What is that?
That's the ice maker you bought me that you're always surprised by.
It's so loud.
I know. And wait, now it's going to drop the ice. Oh, maybe it's not. It'll come.
Okay. Well, my ice maker is also loud.
Oh, but you have a huge house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in the basement. You don't hear it in the basement.
You don't.
Sometimes you do.
Oh, wait, the ice maker's in the basement?
No, but sometimes you hear it from the basement.
Oh.
We're in the basement.
Yes, we're often in the basement. We love it down there.
Not today.
Not today. Today we're Earthside.
Some of us.
Some of us are Earthside.
Too soon.
Yeah, no, my child's toilet side, but
you know what's crazy is like I get not watching a full TikTok, but I don't get not watching a full TikTok and
then commenting advice. And so many people, and do you know what it really pissed me off, honestly? I don't care that people were saying congratulations on your pregnancy or like welcome to the Mamas Club or whatever. First of all, never, I'm not joining the Mamas Club. Even when I'm a mama, I'm not going to be like, good job, mama. You got this, mama. That'll never be me, No. But what pissed me off more is this wasn't, I said if I'm posting this is resolved. So this isn't for advice. So like people going, oh, the worrying never stops. Like
I saw a lot of those
so many people being like, well, you started worrying now, you'll be worrying till they're 25. And I'm like, this one's not turning 25.
Right. And also like it's a bit minimizing the matter at hand. It's like, oh, like just the beginning. And it's like, well, actually, no, this is a separate thing.
Yeah, it's
like,
separate.
I get being a worried mom, but like...
It's giving like...
Sorry, this is actually something that maybe not you didn't go through.
Yeah, and it's
not
also...
everyone goes through this.
Oh, I even hung up on my mom today. She was like... love my mom. But she was giving me like normal mom advice. She was like, vacuum, move around a bit, like... That's advice you give someone when they have like period cramps or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, bye, I'm hanging up. Like I literally, you don't know this one thing.
Yeah.
Like, but you know what? I appreciate it, but it's giving like, you're not tired. I'm tired. Oh, like you think you're tired now. Just wait. It's like, I'm not tired actually.
Actually, I'm having a medical
thing.
Something.
I'm turning the AC on. I got a little hot.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so that's what's been going on over here. If anybody wants me to go into greater detail about that, I will.
No, just join the Patreon.
On the Patreon. Yeah, not here.
Yeah.
Not only for pay.
Yeah. And the Patreoners got to hear that early.
Oh, yeah. These Patreoners knew this from last weekend. So if you're not on our Patreon, I don't know what the hell you're doing. Maybe I'll tell you something crazy next. The Patreon's going to know when we're pregnant first.
Oh, 100%.
Obviously. And they're going to get the recap, like the skinny on your wedding. Like if there's anything naughty.
Yes.
There just
or like
might be.
the more detailed recap, if you like that.
If you like that. But you know what?
It's happening regardless.
Someone commented on the Patreon because Annie did a big like rant about her wedding on the Patreon, and someone commented saying they liked it.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this actually was probably so boring.
I didn't think it was boring. I actually like when someone's pissed off about something, period. I don't really care what it is. I can get behind anything. Yeah. I was just watching a TikTok now where this company called, oh my God, what the hell is it called? They made, I don't know why I got invested in this just 2 seconds ago and don't know what it's called. But basically this company, there's this makeup, whatever, influencer who I guess like shat on this company for not making dark enough shades of foundation for like black people, and the company makes a shade that's literally pitch black face paint, and they don't test it on anyone. They like released it. Oh fuck, I wish I knew what this company's called. If you guys know listening, like look into this. It's like so fucking ridiculous. They were like, okay, heard loud and clear, and then made a shade that was
pitch black,
not anybody's skin color, like face paint black. And this girl who has very dark skin puts on the black face paint, and then this foundation was like, I'm sorry, no one's skin is this fucking color, like what were you guys doing? And I got so invested in this for, you'd think I'd know the name of it, but I got so invested in this for like 2 hours today, like going down a rabbit hole of everybody that commented on it, and like how they did like swatches at the mall, and like they were like trying it on like models that they were scouting at the mall, and they were like, want to try the new shade? And the people were like, sure. And it's just like black face paint.
Like, what? So and also, wasn't the complaint that they didn't have enough variety of shades? Not that they didn't have
it was that their darkest enough? No, it was that their darkest shade was like
really light.
Yeah, like olive tone.
Oh, so then they were like, here's a pitch black.
Yeah, the comments were literally like, this is the epitome of like
overcorrecting.
Yeah, like fuck, okay, here. Like,
oh my God.
Black face paint. Anyway, I got into any TikTok drama. So you being pissed off at your wedding is great.
Yeah, I know. I like hearing about that stuff too, but I don't know if that's just because I'm in the thick of wedding.
Yeah, but everybody only likes the things that they're in the thick of.
I know, and that's why I was worried that the Patreoners were going to hate it if they weren't into that. But what you're saying is that people like to hear about drama no matter what.
I think so.
And things have turned around somewhat for me this week.
Great.
Which I can talk about later. But
or now.
Later.
What the hell were you? What? Yeah, I was going to say, where are you going? What's happening?
I guess what I mean is like, we had that conversation on Patreon, so it's sort of like weird to continue it here.
Oh.
To be like, oh, this is better, and people who aren't on Patreon are like, what?
Well, why don't you tell us what you were doing today at the venue with our good friend Wade, who is both of our wedding photographers. Yes. So if you like my pictures, you're going to love Annie's pictures, and then you're going to want to hire him yourself.
Oh my God. Yeah, he's so
the best.
Great. I had to go to my venue to give in my final payment, which is so funny. Like, okay,
you had to physically do that?
Yes. This is what's so funny. In
what
2024,
year is it?
I had to give a money order for the final payment, and I'm like, why? Like the first I've given, to put in perspective, the final payment is probably
the least amount.
Yeah, the least amount of money I've given them so far. And the other payments I paid by wire transfer. So why would you need like
a physical money order when wire transfer I feel like is just as legit? Like wire transfer is like done.
It's immediately into your account. And I just don't understand what the
maybe
difference
they need
would
a paper trail for like the end. Like maybe like when they close the file, they're like, okay, good, we got the last one. See this piece of paper? I don't know.
I would think it would make more sense for the largest amount.
Yeah.
Like tell me why we could wire transfer them 41 grand, but I had to bring in 18 grand by check.
Don't know.
Those were only 2 payments.
But this is including your food.
Yeah, it's food, drink,
alcohol,
venue. Lights. Nope.
Oh, okay, that's okay.
Lights and sound. They are in-house, but it's a separate payment.
Yes, of course it is. Of course it is.
Yeah, everything to do with the venue, like ceremony fee, because why not?
What the fuck is that? What is that? How much was it?
$2,000.
$2,000. Ceremony fee. What the hell is that? See, those are the kinds of fees. I know you did a really good job. You negotiated everything. You were a good girl. But I feel like if you had like a psychopath in there, that has to be the kind of fee you can fucking be like, what?
I'm not, why I'm not that mad at it is because the venue itself is only $7 grand to rent. Like not food, like taking out food and beverage or any of that stuff. Like just to rent the space, which I think is pretty good for the fucking space that it is.
Right.
And that means $2 grand of it is the ceremony fee and $5 grand is a historical preservation fee.
Oh.
So they're just calling it whatever they want. But really what it is you want to get married here, you want to have your ceremony and your...
But then what's the minimum spend?
36.
And that's the lowest you could go?
On food and bev.
On food and bev. Okay. Yeah. So it's not actually $7,000 to have your wedding there because you can't do it. No, not to have
your wedding, but like, okay, so your space for
mine was
instance,
also $7,000.
Right.
Or $6,000 so actually. And I thought it was a deal. I was so blind.
No, but like that wasn't including your food and stuff, but like the fact that our venues were the same amount.
Yeah.
Is like, okay, that's kind of what venues cost. Like I was kind of impressed that they didn't try to gouge that further for the space that it is. Yeah. So, yes, when you break it down, it's like, what the hell's a ceremony fee? But it's also just like, okay, they could have done that for yours too.
Oh, yeah. Who knows what the fuck
they could have said, okay, it's $3,000 is for this part and $4,000 for that part. Like,
yeah, true.
It's like, call it whatever you want it. Yeah. This is what it costs to have your wedding there. So, yeah. Whatever.
That makes sense.
And I guess because some people don't have their ceremony there. Or some people maybe would just have their dinner.
Oh, yeah, some people would go to a church or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I guess it's like I technically get it for more time and I'm using like another space for longer or something. So
right. Okay. Whatever. So you went over
there.
Why
am I like arguing for them? Like
okay, so you went over there with Wade.
Yeah. So I went to the venue
to give them this piece of paper
in person, which I do think I could have argued to wire transfer to be like I
don't fucking live here. Yeah.
But I was coming in anyway.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I can do that. And honestly, I wanted to go back to it because Wade, my photographer, and Sam's photographer, had said, whenever you want, like, let's go back and just, or like, let's go there and just walk through it and kind of look at it with that lens. Pun intended.
Yeah. Did he bring his camera?
No.
Wow. So you didn't look through it through any lens?
iPhone.
The lens of the artist.
The lens of the mind's eye.
Yeah, perfect.
And my other photographer came too, which is cute.
Who's they?
Her name's Kieran.
Cute.
And Wade works with her a lot, so, and I had never met her, so it's kind of nice we got to meet. And we just got to walk through it, and just so they can go off.
Make their little mental notes and blah, blah, blah.
Because we were just discussing, we were trying to save some time on the day.
Yeah.
And just like, it's a large space, so it's just like, you know, family photos could be here. This is good for first look, blah, blah, blah. If it's raining, we'll do this.
Yes.
So
I don't see rain, honey. I don't see rain that day.
Me neither. I'm so glad you said that.
I don't see that.
If it was like today, that would be ideal. Like
overcast
the lighting? For the lighting.
You'd look like the hottest bride ever. You'd be hotter than you would if it was sunny. With sunny, direct light, please. You'll be idiots.
I feel like it being overcast is likely.
The vibe. Yeah, that's May for you. Can't wait. Can't wait to see what the options are. My 2 dresses from frickin' Hello Molly are coming in tomorrow. I've literally tried every random, like those like chintzy ass dress stores that you get fed on your like phone. I have ordered. I've ordered from every one of them.
Vegas too.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Christine and I call it the Pollies.
The Polly's because it's like Polly Molly.
Yeah, it's like Hello Molly, Oh Polly, Princess Polly.
Oh my God, yeah.
Miss Polly or something. So like, if I'm looking for something, Christine will be like, "Have you checked the Pollies?" I'm like, "Oh yeah."
Oh,
to the Mollies.
Yep, and I'm on the Mollies now. I don't know how the hell that happened, but the dresses are interesting to say the least.
Yeah,
beautiful.
That blue dress I wore in Vegas is from Hello Molly.
Oh, I loved that. Yep. So they're coming tomorrow, so I'll send you photos. Although TBD if I'll be trying them on tomorrow. Depends if I'm still wearing Depends.
Right. Yeah, no rush.
Damani.
No rush.
Well, there's a bit of a rush, Annie. It's May tomorrow.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, clock's ticking.
But you don't have to try them on.
I mean.
Tomorrow, but I guess.
I'm going to.
Did you see that other pink one I sent you?
You know what?
Dusty Rose?
I did, but then I only saw it for a brief moment because then I called Luke. And then we talked to you on the phone. Like I opened my phone to call Luke because Joe was driving and he was like, "Can you call Luke from your phone?" So I saw it and then I was like, "Oh, I'll get back to that later." And then, would you believe I never got back to it?
I believe it.
Yeah. Honestly, when you said Dusty Rose, you lost me.
I wondered.
Okay.
I feel like people can go really
I don't
which way
fuck
with
that
Some
hue
people
at all.
Really fuck with it.
Okay, do you want to know a luxury?
But the girl in the photo had your coloring and it looked so good. So I was like,
they did saturate. They did something because when I wear Dusty Rose, I look dusty as fuck. Like I look the same color. Like that color just washes me out.
Yeah,
I need more of a pop.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to say something. Okay, do you see what shirt I'm wearing right now? Babaton.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah,
guys, I'm wearing a shirt from Aritzia. And you know what I was thinking when I put this shirt on? I was like, I have been rotting in bed for 2 days. who actually rots in an Aritzia shirt? No one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is such a subtle, I obviously put this on for this podcast.
Okay.
But like, this is such a, no one would know that. But in reality, who the fuck is like lying in bed for 2 straight days
in like
rotting?
A tight babaton?
This isn't even tight. It's like a loose babaton.
Okay.
But would you ever be like, oh, gotta get into bed for a couple days? You know, I'm packing it in. I have a cold. You know when you have a cold or something and you're like, I'm getting into bed for a couple days.
Yeah.
Would you ever reach for a babaton?
Absolutely not.
Right.
So what are you saying?
I just want the people at home. I'm faking. I just want the people at home who's watching this on YouTube not to think like, wow, that's how she looks when she's miscarrying. No, I put on this babaton shirt for you.
I'm sure people thought that you maybe changed for this visual medium.
Really? Look at me.
That's true. We never look all that good. But
I was just thinking like no one would know that I put on this shirt for this, but I want you to know that I put on this shirt for this because how I looked before Annie got here and before I jumped in the shower was a
big. What were you wearing?
Horrifying.
Big tee? I
was wearing a big tee that said, "Your dad is my cardio," which someone made me and sent to me. And I wear it to the gym all the time, and I always forget because I've had this "Your dad is my cardio" shirt for so long that it's like my go-to shirt when I'm like going to the gym or dyeing my hair or whatever. And one time at the gym, someone like actually read it, and I was like pissed they read it. It's like huge block letters.
It was violating?
I was like, mind your business. Like,
don't read my shirt.
I forgot that the shirt was like glaring saying, "Your dad's my cardio." And like someone looked at it and gave me a look. I'm like, fuck you.
They were probably trying to
read it
and then be like, is that what I think it means?
Yeah, that's fair because like it means I'm riding your dad. But like maybe, I don't know. Someone just said that to me. This is when I first blew up on TikTok. You should have
absolutely just worn that.
Nah.
No, I wanted to put on your business.
Yeah, look,
casual.
Slick back. I just got out of the shower, slick back, hot, cut my hair myself, and then put on this. But I just wanted to say, if anybody if anybody listening rots in weirdly nice clothing, I'd like to hear about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's a Wealth Whispers thing. Like, who's like putting on a Balenciaga shirt and then like getting into bed?
You know what this reminds me of, but is not really the same. And I don't think she'd mind me saying this, but who knows? Liz doesn't wear sweatpants outside of the house.
Yes.
Like
she did not own 2 pairs of sweatpants until I gave her one.
She has a pair of sweatpants for sweatpants specific activities.
And that's a good thing to do.
Yeah. No, power to her. But like the next morning when the girls slept over this weekend, we were all like in our PJs or whatever. And Liz was like dressed
in jeans.
In her jeans, whatever. And like, fair enough, they were about to leave. But like, if I was just getting in a car and going home after that,
there's no scenario where you'd put jeans on.
No, like obviously. I just would be wearing sweatpants.
Same.
And she doesn't leave the house with sweatpants.
You know what?
And I pretty much only leave the house with sweatpants. Like me putting on jeans today because I was going to like...
Yeah, you were going to a venue.
Going to a meeting.
Yes.
But I was like, oh, haven't worn these in a while.
Oh my God, yeah. I'm getting a little too liberal with where I'll wear my sweatpants. There was a time before COVID, I think maybe I would have pulled it together more. And then I moved to Wasaga Beach, Ontario for COVID. And all my clothes were from George, the brand at Walmart. And I literally, like my standard for myself hit the floor. Like it was crazy. I was going out in some crazy shit in Wasaga Beach.
Try moving to St. Catharines, honey.
Honey, I think I'd be very comfortable in a place like that.
The light of day.
And for what? You work out all the time. What a waste. Like, I'm actually chubby. I'd really thrive in St. Catharines, like in my sweatsuits. It's a waste. It's wasted on you. You should be here wearing crop tops every day.
I wear leggings a lot too.
Okay, so people can see. People can see the work you've done.
Here and there.
Annie doesn't show off enough. If I looked like you, I'd be such a slut. I'd go apeshit. I'd be dressed like Julia, what's her name? Chick from Uncut Gems that I love.
Fox?
Is that her last name?
Yeah.
Whoa. I was like, Julia Fox can't be the same as Megan Fox, but here we are.
True. I never thought about that.
All right. Yeah, Julia Fox. I'd be dressed like Julia Fox every day. If I had a fucking abs, I'd be going apeshit. Megan called me.
That's what's stopping you from dressing like Julia Fox.
That's literally the only thing in my way.
Insane.
One layer of fat is the only thing in my way. I would be Julia Fox all day. Like if I was rocking my bod, I'd be fucking killing it.
But comfort you still want to be comfortable.
Yeah, of course you do. But I'm saying if I was out on these streets.
I'm not out on these streets.
Maybe I'd be out on these streets more.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't.
Megan became single. I told you. My friend Megan called and told me her and her boyfriend broke up.
Yeah, are we allowed to say that?
I don't think her boyfriend listens to this, and I would be shocked actually if she did. Megan, if you're listening, text me. But I don't think so. No, it's fine. Okay. She broke up with her boyfriend.
That's crazy.
It's not like fucking like a secret. She did.
True.
And we were on the phone, and she's like 31. This is my friend Megan. She lives in Texas. And I was like, Megan, fucking, she's like in the process of like bleaching her hair even blonder. Like she has the best fucking fashion sense. She's going to San Antonio this weekend. I was like, go fucking ape shit, bitch. Like you're hot.
Oh, and she's like fashiony. She actually will.
Oh
probably.
my God. And she wasn't being as fashiony with this guy.
Right.
Because like when you have a boyfriend, obviously you get more comfortable. You're wearing like leggings and, you know, fucking sweaters and shit. Always had good style, but she put that in the back seat when she was in a relationship.
Okay.
Now I'm like, go to San Antonio and fucking tear it up like a little dirty bird. I'm jealous. Go for it.
Was the San Antonio trip planned before, or she?
I think it was planned before because she just broke up with him yesterday. I think in a shock. I don't know if she saw it coming.
She broke up with him?
No, I think it was like mutual. I think it was mutual.
I'm gonna need to hear more about that.
Yeah, maybe we'll tell all of this on the Patreon. Megan doesn't even listen. She's like, okay, you're using this for clout.
No, I just separately want to know.
Yeah, no.
On or off the pod.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I was telling her a lot of advice or a lot of things that were like the pod, but this was just a relationship basically where they were kind of like always running into the same problem, and they've only been dating a year and a half.
Yeah.
And basically on the phone today, I was just like, a year and a half. Whenever people write in and say, oh, we have this problem or that problem, it really doesn't matter what the problem is. If they write like, oh, we've been dating for a year, the answer's kind of always dump him.
Right.
Like if you have that many problems, or if you keep
and
running,
especially if you've like talked about it and brought it up before. Like
yes.
If both people are aware that that's the problem.
If both people were aware in this case what the problem was, and both decided this ain't gonna work, and they tried to break up a few other times and it didn't take, which we can relate to.
And they have broken up before, so it's like really
didn't take.
Yeah,
sometimes it doesn't take.
But it took for a second there.
It took for a second last year, and then apparently they tried to break up again, didn't take, and then it took yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the writing's on the wall.
The writing is on the wall. You know, you never know what's gonna happen in the future. But I said this weekend, I want to see pics from the other side. I'm fucking married. It's been like 6 years. I want you to tear it up.
Yeah.
Send me photos.
And she down?
Yeah, she's down. I was like, babe, I was in Vegas pregnant. Like, please, please, for me, this isn't about you anymore. Wearing my like dumb little like t-shirt dresses in Vegas.
Oh, otherwise you would have wheeled.
Well, I wouldn't have wheeled, but if I was like ripped, I would have been, god damn, the photos would have been crazy. Pleather.
We'll go to Vegas again.
We will go to Vegas again, and it'll be post-children, and we're both going to have our bodies back. Not to set a toxic standard here, but like we're going to have our bodies looking great, and we're going to
have our bodies.
We will have our bodies, for sure. And the kids will be at home with Baba and Dedo.
Yeah, or Daddy.
Oh, Annie, I love when you think like this, you naughty girl. Sometimes Annie surprises me with her thoughts of grandeur. She knows my favorite thing. My favorite thing ever is what, Annie?
When the boys go. Two things.
Yes.
One is when the boys go away and the girls chat.
Yeah.
It's like she likes when the plan is to do something with our spouses, but then there's a period where they go away.
Yeah. And
then it's just us or just the girls.
Like we'll go up to the cottage, the boys will go golfing.
Yeah.
And like they'll go. And it'll just be us.
And like the knowledge that they'll come back, but it's the
happy
going
to have
really.
them back, but like it's like go away. And like also when we have children, babies on the grass.
Second thing is babies on the towel.
Babies on the towel on the grass, and the boys are working, but we go up to the cottage for a few days, just us girls and our babies.
Yeah,
and the boys.
And we put a towel down, and we put the babies on the towel on the grass.
That's exactly.
Or on the sand.
That's the
visual.
That's the vision, and that's the fucking goal, and it's been the goal for years.
And that honestly is what's going to happen.
Yeah, we're getting close.
Pretty close.
I mean, I was almost there. So
we're almost there, but arguably maybe better. Maybe we'll be at the same time now.
Yeah, and then the babies will really be on the grass growing simpatico.
They'll really be on the same grass because they'll be born in the same year.
They're going to be born in the same year, and the grass will have just grown that year.
Aww.
Let's get into some questions, shall we? Sorry if this was a little bit of a lackluster intro, but I don't know.
Really, this is all that's been going on. Like, I'm in such a wedding spiral. Sam's in this spiral. It's just like,
I know. And you know what? You got to give us props. You got to give us props for piping it up. Ugh, my God.
I think so.
I think so, too. All right. The first thing is cracked but not broken.
Oh.
Okay. How funny was it? Sorry.
Oh, my God.
You know how our friend Katie is really good at surprising us? She surprised us with that one.
We almost
got it because she said mid-bone. But she threw on a whole new persona. She pretended to be a gay man. I didn't think she'd have the balls.
Katie was gay here.
She started it with
gay here. We gave such thoughtful advice.
I'm sorry. If she was like, I don't know how she fucking does this shit without crying, laughing. Like, do you think she's serious when she's typing this shit? Do you think she's like, gay here? Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I do think she is.
Oh my God. If I typed in gay here.
And I'm pretty sure in that episode we were like, oh, this kind of sounds like one of our friends.
No, we literally stopped it and we said, if it didn't say gay here, I would think this is Katie. I literally think I said that. It's the mid-bone, but I don't think Katie would pose as a gay man.
Right, and then we were like, imagine Katie posed as a gay man. Well, she did.
Well, she fucking did, and she got us, so I can't wait to see how... She's getting creative, and I like it.
I know.
But she's, you know what? She's not creative enough, just a little bit messy. Like, if this were a crime family, I wouldn't trust her with the big jobs, because you left that breadcrumb for us. You left mid-bone.
Yeah.
Who the fuck else says mid-bone?
She talks in such a specific way that...
She needs to really... She's getting closer, though. She's getting closer to something that we maybe never would have identified.
Yeah. And I would say she did fool us in that one.
Yeah. Gay here with the fucking email, like, boysfortoys@hotmail.com or whatever. Toy boy. I was like, she wouldn't do that. Oh, she would.
Do you think it, like, cheapens our advice now that people know it?
No, I think people like it. I think people like that. Well, it's not fake. It's still a valid question. How do you introduce toys in the bedroom? True. She only asks good questions.
True.
That's why. It's not like we're wasting time.
And we only would choose good questions.
That's what I was just about to say. There are people that are not Katie that write in with questions I don't think are good. Not good, but like I don't think we could have like meaningful dialogue about, and I don't read them. So it's like whoever's providing the questions, I don't care if it's our friend Katie disguised as a gay man.
Plus, it's kind of fun because it's not like it's every week. It's just like once in a while it happens to be Katie.
Once in a while it happens to be Katie.
And maybe we'll never know sometimes.
And you know what? Eventually we're going to get to a point where we won't know. Because she's only getting stronger.
And she's at home with her foot.
Fucking broken foot. Her
foot's healing.
She's got
time to think of questions.
Yeah, she does. She's so crazy. Anyway, okay. The subject is cracked but not broken. Hey, Sam and Annie, I could use some advice about my relationship. I'm a 29-year-old woman living in Edmonton. Whoa. I was just in Edmonton last year. Last year.
I was just there.
It was either last year or 2 years ago. I've been with my partner for 6 years, many happy years and moments, but I'm wondering if we can bounce back from a recent infidelity on his part. He made out with a girl, Annie, wait. He made out with a girl on his friend's bachelor party. He immediately confessed. We do consider kissing cheating, but I know that this isn't the most egregious, thank you, act. He obviously didn't let it go too far unless he's lying. I just feel like I'm more untrusting now than I was. It makes me wonder if he's bored with me, although he swears he isn't, and he just caught up in the moment and excitement at this club, Tao, in Vegas. What would you two do? It's worth noting Annie and I were just at Tao 2 weeks ago.
We didn't make out with anybody.
But the temptation was there.
Sure, it's always there.
Of course it's always there. We also weren't blackout drunk.
Yeah.
So... we also don't cheat, but I'm just saying, like.
But we also have discussed that making out at a club is sometimes
the best option.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know how bad it is to me, but I totally get it if it's not.
I wonder if he's like displayed any other.
I think the distrust, like the fact that you just have less trust in him now is totally valid. Like I think as much as I don't think I would break up over that personally.
Yeah, I wouldn't break up.
I definitely would. It would be like in my mind. I'm not just like whatever. Like it would make me think twice. That's my ice falling. Heard that.
I will say I don't think it went farther just because when groups of people go to Vegas, we weren't encountering this problem because no one was really trying to fuck, but like hypothetically, if anybody wanted to fuck on this trip of the guys that we met, everybody was sharing rooms with multiple people. So I don't think, like, I think it's plausible that, like, a bachelor party, he probably met a bachelorette party, made out with one of the girls or whatever. I don't think they fucked. Because, and I also don't think, I think if he was this guilty and depressed over making out with a girl that he told you right away and, like, that it didn't mean anything, he's probably, like, questioning himself, like, why'd I do that?
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah. I definitely wouldn't like it. Like, I'm not, like, I just pictured Luke telling me that and I'd be pissed, but I'm not, I don't know. I'm not going to dump someone over that.
I feel like maybe you asked two people that think one way about this and maybe you want to cast a wider net for your advice, because I also think, like, obviously I'd be fucking pissed. I'd be like, you're a loser.
Yeah.
Like, and the thing, the biggest
loser move. Embarrassing.
And embarrassing for you. That's the thing that would piss me off the most. And that's why this fucker would be in the doghouse for, like, years. Because I'm like, don't fucking make out with another chick in front of your friends at a bachelor party. And now I'm sitting at home like a loser while you are doing shit like that and everybody saw. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And then, like, the other
girlfriends probably know because, like, their boyfriends
maybe went home and said, uh-oh. I mean, yeah, like, if one of the guys made out with someone, our boyfriends would tell us. They'd be like, don't tell anybody, but this happened. And then it's like the other girlfriends have to know. Like, that's why I would be mad. It's like, you don't make a fool out of me. Yeah.
The actual act, I'm like, I can see how that could happen. It is a little like, okay, why do you even have to take it there? Like, dance, flirt, whatever. Like, why do you even have to kiss someone?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I see how that can happen. Like we've said this before. I see how, like, at a club, especially if they were, like, in the pit at Tao. Tao, like, is small. If you don't have your own, and hot, quite hot. If you, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're drunk and hot, you get drunker.
Quite hot.
Quite hot. And like, if you don't have a cabana or like what we had at Tao, if you don't have like a seating area, you're basically just like, it's like fucking a million people in like a little shallow pool.
Were they at Tao Beach Club or Tao the club, nightclub?
Oh,
I went to both.
I know you did. Oh yeah. I don't know. I'm just assuming it's Tao Beach Club for whatever reason, but I forgot that Tao is also a club. She just said Tao Club.
Is it weird that I almost think it's worse if it's the beach club? I'm like, it's almost like worse if it's daytime for some reason. I don't know if that's true.
But
I don't know if I believe that.
So fucked up in the day in Vegas.
I know.
So it's like, in Vegas it's the same. All's fair in love in Vegas. I think that city is a fucking shit show. If you're gonna cheat on me, you better be in Vegas. You better be at Tao. Honestly.
Yeah.
Like any other place, I'd say, sorry, the temptation was not real. Vegas.
How long did she say they were together?
6 years.
Oh.
Is that right?
That's long.
Partner of 6 years, many happy years and moments. Okay, the question is, do we think she can bounce back? Yes. Like,
it also seems like you want to, like, if this is such a one-off moment, then I don't know if it's something to trash 6 years over. But if you actually think, like, depends how this actually made you feel. Like, I know this is something that people feel really differently about.
Yeah.
Some people, it's a huge betrayal.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's dramatic. If you think this is like really fucking brutal, I don't think it's dramatic to dump him over it. Many people would. Like, it's not crazy. Just because he didn't fuck her, you're allowed to feel like this is crazy. You shouldn't.
It's almost like, especially after 6 years, like, on the one hand, it's kind of like, okay, he never gets, like, you've been together so long that it's like such a one-off kind of thing that he'll never get to do. But on the other hand, it's like, I don't know, 6 years, aren't you used to being monogamous? Like, yeah. I want to say if they were dating for like a year.
Oh yeah, that would be fine.
Fine. Yeah.
Encouraged.
I don't know. It is like a little bit, the longer it goes,
I don't know.
The more...
Are you like thinking of getting married? I don't know, because I don't know who you are. But if you're like considering, like, if you guys believe in marriage or whatever, if you're considering marrying this guy, then it's kind of crazy. Because now you've been together 6 years, you're turning 30. Like,
yeah.
Gonna propose after he made out with someone at Tao?
And then are you gonna be worried on his bachelor party?
Oh, no. The answer to that is he is going downtown Edmonton. He is going to...
Even then.
Yeah, like he's going to whatever that big street's called. Stevie Street. Oh my God, what's the big street called in downtown Edmonton? Have you been there?
No. Never been.
Okay.
I've been to Calgary.
Yeah, Main Street, Edmonton. Sorry, I've been here. Main Street. Oh, is it just called Main Street? No.
Likely name for it to be.
Party Street, Edmonton. That's what I mean to say.
Oh, I thought you said it was called Party Street.
No, the street where everybody parties. You know, okay. East something? Whatever. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you just have to really check in with how this makes you feel about the relationship as a whole. Like, it's also not something you have to decide once. It's like you can think, okay, this is something I can get over. And then if you decide you can't get over it, then you can't get over it.
Yeah, you can try and get over it. And if you actually think you can get over it, then, oh my God, there was this great bar I went to in Edmonton with Joe, because I was there with fucking Joe. But it was like a girls' bar. It was called like Dolly's or something. You probably know it if you're from Edmonton. Like it's like a girly themed bar, and I feel like it's literally called Dolly's, and it's like all pink inside. Go there for a martini with a girlfriend and talk
and
this
make
over.
out with someone. Is that crazy?
Annie,
like
yeah.
This just occurred to me. I actually just think I would, if I wanted to stay with him, I'd be like, okay, I get one whenever I want.
Oh,
that's kind of fun.
That is fun.
It's kind of a fun spin on it, because then you're even. I mean, unless you like don't want to do that for some reason.
Which would be crazy.
But I wouldn't mind knowing I had one of those in my back pocket.
That you could use whenever. Before kids. Oh.
Whenever you want.
Wow. Annie's so crazy sometimes.
Well, because it's sanctioned. It's like.
It's sanctioned?
Well, kind of. It's like, this is the agreement.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to sit here being fully monogamous to you if you can go to Vegas and not give a fuck for a second.
Yeah, true. No, that's true. Although I do think, okay, I will say this guy seems very apologetic and very sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that he told you.
Yeah, he told you immediately and was like, no, this means nothing. He's probably like, what the fuck have I done? He probably got hammered, made out with this girl, and then was like, uh-oh, what'd I do?
Yeah.
But you know what? Honestly, sometimes you're grinding. I haven't grinded with anyone, like, since I've been married, but... Joe and I don't do that now. No, I haven't grinded with anybody since I've been with Joe, but I could see myself if I was in a situation where suddenly I was being grinded. No, she would with Luke?
No. You grind with Luke?
He's your husband.
Friday night, we just put on some music and grind.
Who have you grinded with?
I've been on Christine's bachelor party. I've been on my own bachelor party.
Oh, you've been grinding.
Sure.
See, I could see if I was grinding, which I haven't grinded in a while.
No kissing, though. Just grinding.
I might kiss someone if I was grinding them.
I can see how it could go that way.
If grinding,
I didn't really want to kiss anyone also. But that's not the only reason. Also, I'm committed.
I didn't feel like it.
But, like, I've definitely, like, danced. I've definitely, like, danced.
Wow, that's... Say it a third time.
Danced. Because I'm like, is grinding the right word? Yeah, kind of.
Wow,
sometimes.
That's crazy. But you know what? I never even grinded in high school, and you were grinding with everyone.
Oh my God.
You were such a slut. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy. Grinding was my thing. Anyway, I could see maybe he was grinding at Tao, and he made out with someone, and then he felt bad.
And maybe she kissed him. I mean, I feel like we're giving him a lot of credit. Maybe more than he needs, but you never know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do what you want, but I actually think I would just say I get one now. And then knowing if you guys are going to get married and you still do want to marry him and then you're having a bachelorette party, go kiss, girl.
Go kiss, girl. Okay. Okay, this one is from corporatedunce@crybaby.com.
Oh.
Trapped in my sucky job because it has ruined my confidence to find a new job. Hi, Sam and Annie. Listening to your podcast has been such a light in what were otherwise a sucky couple of weeks. Aww. I'm wondering if you have any advice to get out of a funk after having your confidence so shattered, in this case by my boss, but honestly, I don't feel too differently right now than I did when I was vying for the attention of a toxic, now ex-boyfriend. I like how you write. I won't go into the boring stuff about my job, but I will mention that I am a CPA and I have a degree in economics from a top university. So, like, a part of me knows I can't be as dumb as he is making me out to be. And every tiny mistake, such as typing a number into a Word document incorrectly, is treated like I've just cost the company millions of dollars.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. My anxiety has caused me to put in hours and hours of unpaid overtime now, painstakingly going through every line of a report to make sure it's 100% perfect before sending it for review. But like, also, isn't that what reviews are for? And it is never appreciated or noticed when the report is perfect. But make one mistake next month and once again it's just being made out to be astronomically terrible. Obviously, I cannot work here anymore, and I know that, but every time I go and look for a job, I'm so dejected and self-conscious of my intelligence and abilities that I don't want to apply for any place where I am not exceeding every single one of the job requirements. How do you suggest I get over feeling like the silliest, dumbest, most useless girl ever, whose qualifications at this point feel like a fraud? Unhappy face. Aw, corporate dunce.
You want to go?
Wait, Annie and I just looked at each other because we don't work corporate. And okay, I think what's happening is two things. You're a high achiever combined with a boss that picks on that exact quality. If you're like a high achiever and you're a perfectionist or whatever, and then you have someone that preys on the fact that you're a perfectionist, it's the worst combination because they're what's the word? Solidifying your fear that not being perfect is bad.
Right.
So nothing actually real is going on here. All that's happening is...
Especially to your qualifications.
Babe, you went to university, your qualifications are standardized. That's why we have education.
Right.
Like, if we could all just make up subjective qualifications, no one would have to go to school. So you have a fucking degree. It's black and white.
From a good school. You have a previous work experience. Like... Also, I haven't applied for that many normal jobs, but I'm pretty sure they always give like the most insane, they're always like entry level, like something that pays 50 grand a year, entry level job that pretty much people are getting out of college or like applying for out of college. And then it's like, must have 5+ years experience in the industry. And it's just like, no. Even I know, and I'm not a corporate anything, not even a corporate dunce. And I even know in those qualifications, they're just like listing shit to attract really good candidates, but they will take, and you even have the things that are gonna be attractive to an employer. But I just feel like you still apply for things, even if you feel like you don't have. She was saying,
Is she worried about not getting the job, or is she worried?
Girl?
I think so. Yeah, corporate. Actually, I have no idea. I just assumed it was a girl.
It seems like a girl because I feel like a man wouldn't.
Oh, no, yeah. Silliest, dumbest, most useless girl ever.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Also, a man, like, just wouldn't have imposter syndrome like this.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, sometimes men do, but it's way rarer. And also, a man wouldn't be talking to you like that. I'm assuming your boss is a man.
True. But, yeah, she was saying, like, I look at the qualifications that they're looking for when I apply for jobs, and I feel like I don't meet them. Yeah. And it's like, well, you just baseline do with the stuff that you've told us already. And a lot of the time, they're not even looking for that stuff.
For the job requirements.
There's just like a nice to have.
It's fucking some intern's job to like plug in these job requirements, right? It's not like the boss is writing it being like must be proficient in A, B, and C and like, be on the fucking school hockey team.
And they're trying to make it seem like it's a really high level job or something when they're like, well, we actually just want to fill this position.
Yeah, and actually they do need to fill that position because the workforce is limited in most.
And especially with what qualifications you have. Like, it's not like you're trying to get into digital marketing. No shade.
Yeah, no
to anyone,
shade.
But I feel like everyone does that job.
I'm sorry, you're a CA?
CPA, accountant.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. People need you.
Yeah.
Like, there aren't enough accountants.
And people be wanting to hire women these days.
People really be wanting to hire women.
Even if it's not in their hearts.
Here's what
to look cool, but
hey. Here's what you do. You fucking leave this job. You hop on Glassdoor. You call this boss out for the psychopath he is. Actually, even better, write in an anonymous tip to me and let me call him out on the tickety tonk because I fucking hate this kind of shit. Stop acting. I hate any job where they act like it's brain surgery or life or death. You're a fucking...
Unless it actually is.
Unless it actually is.
Unless you're a surgeon.
But even surgeons make mistakes sometimes.
Right, but let's not be encouraging that.
Well, listen, pilots and surgeons shouldn't be making mistakes, but
please no.
Typing in the wrong number on a spreadsheet is not going to crash a plane.
And sometimes it's like actually worse if you have that pressure. It's like you're actually going to make me make more mistakes sometimes.
Yeah, and now I'm afraid all the time. And first of all, listen to me right now. This is the thing that pissed me off most about what you said. Working overtime? No. Sorry. If you're not getting paid, you do not work overtime for a bully. Like, you're simply getting bullied into doing something that they don't deserve. They don't deserve your overtime work. And just because someone decides to scream at you over a wrong number in an Excel sheet, which is, by the way, pathetic, I bet his wife doesn't fuck him, doesn't mean that you now have to put in hours of work. That's fucking crazy. Yeah. I don't know why I'm staring at this instead of the camera. That's fucking crazy.
Were you staring at the computer?
I was staring at this blinking light on my interface, just like, it doesn't mean. I'm too lazy to lift my head up over there. But anyway, no, absolutely. First of all, I think you have to imposter syndrome yourself right out of this little mess. You got to think, you know what? I'm a fucking accountant. I don't need this shit. Hey, if me, Sam, were plugging numbers into a fucking spreadsheet and someone wanted to be like, hey, dumbass, I'd be like, all right, sure, I am kind of dumb. But even then, I'd still be like, okay, sorry, I plugged in the wrong number. Big fucking deal. If I was an accountant and I went to a good school, I wish you'd tell us the school, because if it was fucking Yale or something, I swear to God, I don't even know why you wrote it. I swear to God, I'm going to come over and slap you if it was an Ivy League school. Because, like, if someone had the balls to say to me, like, you punched this number wrong. Yeah, bitch, I don't know. I went to Yale and I'm an accountant. Fire me. Fuck you. They're taking advantage of you. Your kindness is weakness, unfortunately. And I'm pissed for you. Actually, this question pissed me off more than anything ever could.
Yeah, and I just think, I know it's easier said than done with imposter syndrome, but I just feel like, I don't know, you are overthinking it. Like, I worked a corporate, I guess, job last year, and I definitely was not qualified, not even close to being qualified. But what I did know is I had a degree from university, not one that was going to help me with this job, but I knew that they at minimum would care about that, like could check a box by being like, oh, cool, she has a degree. And then I just was cool in my interviews and
people
confident.
Just want to hang. Like, if this guy doesn't want to hang, like, people just.
And then I just figured it out later. I just figured out how to do the job and acted like I could. Like, you just kind of have to act as if and figure it out later.
I feel really bad for people that are true perfectionists, because it's not real. Like, no one is perfect. No one does a perfect job. And, like, it's like exhausting.
And it also never ends. Like, you just will never be satisfied.
Joe has elements of perfectionism, and that's why I don't let him cook.
Yeah.
It, like, he won't just, like, it's you can probably hear me. Joe's home. Joe's home taking care of me. No, it's fine. Joe's home taking care of me. But when Joe cooks something, it's like it's like the perfect, like, I'll be like, want to throw together, like, when I cook, it's a fucking shit show. Like, it's like, whatever, like, you know what I mean? But he's reading a recipe, he's following, and the food is always amazing. However, if he misses a step,
it's or like all the fun is taken.
There's no fun, no room for fun. Like, he's locked the fuck in. And if it's wrong, he's like, shit. And recently he's been a little looser with it, because, like, one time he made a shepherd's pie and he was worried that it wouldn't be the right texture. The two rows, like the meat and the potatoes, wouldn't go together properly. And I was like, well, I like meat and I like potatoes, so I don't really care how they go together. And then I was like, so it doesn't matter, it'll taste good even if it looks like slop on a plate. And then he did something the other day and he was like, well, the flavors will taste good together anyway. And I was like, that's right, that's very good.
That's good.
Yes.
Whereas, like, random older family members like to say, it's all going to the same place anyway. I used to hate that.
I fucking hate that.
Okay, so I can't enjoy it in my mouth, like, just because they're both gonna end up in my stomach.
Okay, yeah, that's too much, because that's like saying, like, have a spoon of hot sauce and then a bite of pizza. It's like, no, I'm eating it this way.
Right, I know, because I used to not want my things to touch on my plate. And people would be like, well, it's all going to the same place anyway, and I'm like, okay, so I can't choose how it gets there?
Can't I enjoy this peaceful preference? Like, it's just a fucking preference.
Dinner in peace?
Yeah, like, I just don't want shit to touch, which is crazy, by the way. I love when shit touches. I want it all to
now
touch.
I'm fine. Now
Oh,
I'm
good.
fine
You
with
grew
it.
out a bit.
Yeah, except for salad. I don't really like salad.
Oh,
to
yeah.
touch
Salad doesn't
as
need to
much,
touch like a
but
hot steak or a hot meat or a beef
I don't
patty.
love it. It's not my favorite. I like salad in a separate bowl if I can have it like that.
But you know, there's not always extra bowls.
No, but other than now, I actually like to have little bits. Like, are you someone who finishes, like, so let's say you have potatoes and salad and grilled vegetables and then meat.
Okay.
Are you someone who's like all the potatoes, all the salad?
No, I take turns.
Me too.
I take turns.
Yeah. I don't like eating but some people eat all of one thing.
Sometimes I'll eat all the salad first because I'm a child and I'm like, I want this off. I want this out.
Right.
Then I want to concentrate on just the potatoes.
Sometimes I'll eat all the salad first because Glucose Goddess says that's how you should do it.
Glucose Goddess says have a green opener or whatever it's called. And even I fucking learned about that. And I followed it for like literally a week. And then I was like, I can't do this. I'm not always having a green opener.
No, you don't always, but I guess it's like when there's a green.
When there's a
have
green.
that first.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
So I do that now, but it's not the way I would prefer. I'd rather have little bits of salad, but now I usually just try to do that first.
Okay. I like eating a potato first always because by the time it's dinner, I'm so hungry. I'm like, let's start off with a potato. Let's start it off hot, you know?
Oh my God, I'm so hungry.
Yeah, potato or fried. Okay, let's wrap this up.
No, that's okay.
No, I'm starving too.
Okay, the end of that. What were we talking about? Perfectionism.
Perfectionism.
Yeah.
I mean,
you gotta cut that.
You gotta
doll.
cut that
You gotta
shit, sweetie.
cut that.
Guess what? You're already an accountant. Have some fucking like.
I know you're really
pride.
impressive to me.
Yeah,
and the way you wrote that was beautiful.
Yeah, you're an accountant and a beautiful writer, so you have numbers and words in your corner. You can do fucking anything. And also, like, some dickhead yelling at this cute silly girl accountant is bullshit. So you obviously have to quit and don't fucking worry about the next job you get. It's going to be sick because you're going to go in there and be like, yeah, I'm an accountant, I know how to do this. Obviously you went to school for it,
and now you have experience under like very difficult circumstances, and the next place you work just is going to be better, and you're going to be like, wow.
You have a toxic boss. That's what's happening. You have a toxic boss, you leave. You have
but
a
I'm
toxic
saying like
ex,
the
you
next
leave.
place will just inherently be easier because you won't hopefully be dealing with that. Like, you've performed your job under bad
duress.
Circumstances.
Yeah.
So now under just okay circumstances, maybe,
or even good
really,
circumstances.
How good can the circumstances be as an accountant?
I don't know. Like, you have a good boss.
No offense.
A good boss.
A good boss.
You could have like good times
That's
as
true.
an
Your
accountant.
uncle's an accountant.
Yeah, my uncle and, two of my family members work there and they're having a good time.
Okay, great. Maybe you should apply.
Yeah, maybe you should fucking hit me up and I'll get you a job at my uncle's accounting firm. And I think it's good times over there. I think
If you live in Toronto.
I think some of it's remote even.
Cool.
Okay, you hit
I'm
me.
sure country to country it's different.
Yeah, I don't know where the hell you are. You hit us up and let us know how this goes. But honey,
yeah, I would like to know.
I would also like to know. You follow up with us because we care about you.
I do like that you know that you gotta not work there anymore. Like, we didn't have to tell you that part. Which is great.
Which was obvious and good for you for identifying that. You are perfect. See?
And just apply for everything.
Literally, who gives a shit? Like, honestly, who gives a shit? That's my advice. Who gives a fuck? Just make money and enjoy your life and fuck this dude.
Yeah.
And good for you for becoming an accountant. I would never do that. Because I'm not smart. All right. How much is too much? Love the pod. Hoping you can settle a debate for me and a friend. How much is too much to share with a guy when it comes to bathroom habits? I think we all agree pooing in the same room as your partner is wrong. Where is the line? Do you talk about it? Pretend it doesn't happen and you don't poo? Do you mention if you have diarrhea, hemorrhoids?
This is Katie.
This is Katie. Do you toot in front of them? Help.
This is Katie. Toot. That's Katie.
Hemorrhoids was her. And by the way, the email she put in.
Toot is her.
Okay. The email she put in is really good, actually. It's Kate Glade.
Kate Glade?
Yeah, but I think Glade, like Glade softeners, like Glade. You know, like Glade is that company that has, like, you plug into the wall.
Oh, yeah. Smell. Yeah.
I wonder if she did that on purpose or if she just thought Glade was a cool word.
You know what's throwing me off? Why would she put Kate?
Maybe to throw us off. She's a genius.
That would be.
No, she is a genius. I think this has to be her. We'll find. Should I text her right now and pretend we're not doing the pod and then just see if she responds? Here.
No, she's gonna say no.
What do you mean she's gonna say no? She's gonna be like, LOL. She always says this was me. Okay, I'm texting her right now.
But do you want to talk about this or no?
I do want to talk about it,
okay,
actually.
So.
But either way, I'm texting her to see if we're correct.
This is the other reason why I think this is Katie is because this is just a very her topic. Like,
yeah, and she would say hemorrhoids. No one else is asking this question and throwing in hemorrhoids. Why would anybody do that?
And she's the one who coined the term special toilet.
Okay. She also coined the term Diana. We should talk about both. You start with special toilet and tell the story about.
Okay, when she and her husband were on a trip, she like was trying to avoid saying like I'm taking a shit.
Yeah.
So she came up with the term, I have to use special toilet. I have to go special toilet.
I don't know why she did that.
I'm actually obsessed, and Luke and I actually say that. Like, it started as a joke, but now it's like
gotta go special.
Yeah, you gotta go special.
Okay.
Not that we actually don't really talk about it, but when it must be brought up, it is called special toilet.
And sometimes it must be brought up.
Yeah, well, sometimes it must.
Does it ever have to be brought up, like, because you're in the car and it's an emergency?
Not with me. Actually, not with him either. There's never been an emergency, luckily.
Wow, that's nice. Can't relate.
But no, it's more like if we're in a hotel room or something. It's
like, go away, I'm doing
because like in
special.
our house, there's just so many bathrooms and areas, so it's not.
So you don't discuss, but you know. Like, obviously, if he's going to that bathroom and you're going to the bathroom upstairs.
Yeah, and I mean, really annoyingly, our ensuite bathroom doesn't have a door. So it's it's a known fact that bathroom is not
for
used
shitting.
For
special.
For nothing special goes on there.
No.
And then we have 2 guest baths, so we each have our own, and we do not go to the other one.
That's really good. I mean, I never go
and
to
they're on opposite ends.
I never go to the guest room here. I'm only shit in my bathroom.
Yeah.
And I'll just tell you quickly, when we first started dating the guys, we went to a New Year's Eve party and we were playing this game. Remember, it was called like Pickle or something. Pickle.
Oh,
it was this game where you would Piccolo. Is that what it was called? Mm-hmm. Okay, it was this game where you'd like put your names in a thing, and it would shuffle in an app, and it would shuffle your names, and it would tell someone to like do something weird. So
it was kind of like a truth or dare type of game.
The phone chose. Yeah. So like
not
Annie,
with kissing.
So Annie's name got pulled up in this app, and the app was like, Annie, go through your phone and type in the word sorry and see the first thing that comes up. Because I assume like when you play this with like young girls, I don't know, people that are like have tumultuous relationships or something, maybe something juicy will come up, and Annie types in sorry, and the first thing that comes up is Luke going, sorry babe, had to go special. And all the girls were like, what the hell does that mean?
I was like, I have to explain that. Yeah, I never told him that.
Oh.
I don't think.
Sorry, had to go special is the funniest shit in the world. Anyway, the other thing Katie made up is Diana, who is an anthropomorphized, I guess, ghost, something that means diarrhea. And the way we talk about it is we'll be like, oh my God, like, Diana came over. And she's always unwelcome, obviously.
She's like an annoying frenemy.
She's like a frenemy. Like, but sometimes you're down for her. Sometimes it's like, oh, Diana came and just sorted everything out. But sometimes it's like, I
have a pool party tomorrow. Diana decided to come the day before. That's nice.
Yeah. Or like Diana must have come in my luggage because I don't know how she got here. Like we're in Portugal. So sometimes we'll like do random and now Joe's in on that one too. He'll be like, oh, Diana showed up. I'll be like, that's weird. We're at the cottage. What's she doing here?
Like I told her not to come.
Yeah, she must have been in the boot. Must have been in the trunk.
In the boot.
Anyway, what's the answer to this question? Obviously, yes. To answer your question, obviously shitting with the door open is...
I also used to not be okay talking about this stuff. Mm-hmm. Remember?
Yep.
I used to be really scarred by this chatter.
Yes, this chatter.
And living with Sam changed me.
Well, when you have IBS and one bathroom, I was constantly announcing, and I just thought it was less weird to announce that I was shitting than go to the bathroom for 10 minutes and be on my phone. It's like, I'm shitting, so why don't I just say it? I don't like the
cover up
trying to be coy.
Yeah.
The only time I am coy is when I'm first dating someone and I pull the shower shitting move. Mm-hmm. Like then I'm
going to Starbucks.
Going to Starbucks is the best. Starbucks full fucking when you need coffee.
Although I really hate a public bathroom.
But Starbucks is single stall.
I know, but still, it's not what I opt for.
No, it's not what I opt for. Obviously, I'd prefer a private bathroom with a bidet, but we can't always have what we want.
In my own home.
In my own home. I prefer my own toilet with my tushy. This is an ad for tushy. Tushy bidet.
Tushy bidet.
Tushy bidet.
Yeah, Katie, when she was over on the weekend, said, because I'm redoing my bathroom and like my powder room, and she was like, oh, do you think you'll get a smart toilet there? And I was like, or she said, do you think you'll get a smart toilet with a bidet? And I was like, probably not. Like, if I redo my ensuite, sure.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know that I'm really needing my guests to be like bideting in the guest bath. It's not like the guest bath where they're sleeping over. It's like the guest. It's like the powder room, main floor bathroom.
Yeah,
like,
no.
I don't know that I need a bidet to be going there.
No, and those toilets are expensive. If you need a bidet there, just get a tushy. They're $100.
Yeah, maybe upstairs.
I'd get a tushy anyway. Fuck it. It's $100.
So I should be getting it for my powder room?
No,
How much are they?
They're $100. No, that's crazy. You don't need a bidet in your powder room. If you get, like, Katie got a bidet for her own bathroom.
Yeah, that's great. I support that.
Like attached to the bedroom, you got a bidet in there. That's nice. And you know what?
A heated seat.
Hers also has a heated seat. Yeah. I sat on that toilet. I had the time of my fucking life. They're like the toilets at Harbor 60. She has one in her bathroom.
Yeah, I do love that. But I don't know that I love my guests that much.
Yeah, like I guess my upshot here is I will of course mention it if it's an emergency. She goes, do you mention diarrhea? Yeah, we say when Deanna's in town, we let, like, if it's an emergency and it's like, okay, now I'm stuck in the bathroom all day, Joe of course knows that. But if it's,
you like text Joe from the toilet.
Yeah, I go,
what's going on?
Yeah, I'll be like, holy shit.
I'm not like that.
But no, Joe is not, okay, first of all, here's one thing about me. I don't like fart humor.
Me neither.
Okay, great. And we don't toot in front of each other.
I don't even like toot.
I don't even like that word. It actually disgusts me. And
no,
so
we don't either.
Joe is not anywhere near, like, he will know that I'm shitting, but the reason he knows I'm shitting is because he is nowhere near the room. He's not allowed in our bedroom if I'm shitting in our ensuite.
No.
Like, he's not allowed to, like, go in the closet and try, like, so it's actually it's actually like more like, even though he knows what's going on, he is very removed.
Right.
And I intend to keep it that way. That will never be breached. Although while I was miscarrying yesterday, he walked into the bathroom and I think he like had the shock of his life. But that had nothing to do with poo. It had to do with blood.
Right. And that's tough for them to see too. Although this is probably tougher.
Boys also don't get like if it hurts or not. You know what I mean?
Well, this does.
I know.
Period.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like you know when you see like a lot of blood, you're like bleeding, ouch, gash, cut.
Yes,
like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Versus like you don't actually feel like ouch, gash, cut. You feel like I'm fat. Yeah. I'm fat. Fuck.
Yeah, true. And I also will, like, if I'm going to the bathroom, like if I'm peeing, like I do that in front of Luke, obviously, and then, well, I don't know if that's obvious.
I actually didn't know that.
Oh yeah, we pee in front of each other all the time.
Yeah,
but
do you ever hold his dick and aim?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
Is that fun?
Yeah.
Really?
Try it.
No.
Okay.
But when I have my period, I'll be like, don't look, because I don't need, like, if I have a pad or something, I don't need you to like
see a pad with blood.
Exactly. Like, it's like, now we can leave some things to the imagination.
I guess
because even peeing, it's not like you're seeing it come out.
Yeah, my urethra.
Yeah.
Which we have.
What?
We have urethra too?
Yes.
We both do. Boy, girl.
Well, I do.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, I think the answer is I personally like to leave something to the imagination. I know couples that don't give a shit at all and will take shits in front of their boyfriends. Actually, I was just telling Joe this story. Okay.
Don't say the name.
No. This isn't that. I wasn't even going to go there.
But you know who I'm talking about.
Of course I know what you're about to say, but no, I'm not even going there. No, I was going to say, when I had a corporate job for like 1 minute, I had to go on a work trip, and I was just telling Joe this story. I don't even know, like, this was so buried in my memory because like it was so weird, but I had to go to Ottawa on a work trip, and we were booking concerts. So like my job was basically to like, and this was when all the university reps would come and book their Frosh Week bands, which then, before that it used to be like Avicii. Like, remember Avicii played, like, every university, and then it was, like, Dead Mouse, and then it was, like...
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Crazy. It's crazy thinking that Avicii was even doing that. But anyway. in Ontario. But anyway, so I go on this work trip, and the whole thing is they sent me and this other girl to like be the hot girls, because we were like 23 and she was like 25 or something, to like be the hot girls to talk to these like college reps to get them to buy our bands instead of like the other people's bands, right? So whatever, we go, and the girl that I went with had previously had a drinking ban at work. Like, she wasn't allowed to drink at work functions because she made out with one of her band's managers once.
Oh, shit.
And so her boss was like, you are not drinking at work functions anymore. Like, you're fucking making out with people that, like, whatever. Anyway, her drinking ban was lifted when we went to Ottawa. It'd been a year or whatever.
Okay.
And when we get to Ottawa, first of all, there was a sinkhole that year. And if anybody hears from Ottawa, I'm sorry, because anybody hears from, like, listening from Ottawa, I have never had a good time in Ottawa. I am like,
what about Blues Fest?
are you kidding?
That was fun.
Blues Fest was fun. I feel like you had a panic attack. Isabel's car got towed and I was depressed. I got over it. Okay, yeah, Blues Fest was okay.
A mild panic attack.
I couldn't see shit at Blues Fest, but anyway.
It was fun when we met up with those guys.
Your ex-boyfriend? Yeah, I mean, I went to sleep. But you know what? It was fun. Blues Fest was okay, although...
That was fun because we were newly dating, like, very fresh, and I was like, can't hang this weekend, I'm going to Ottawa, and he's like, I'm going to Ottawa, and then we were like,
Blues Fest?
And then we were like, yo, that's fun.
And I think I got those tickets for free. I got those tickets for free through work.
And I saw Red Hot Chili Peppers. Pretty cool. Even though I was having a panic attack.
I mean, it was the worst time.
Actually, was just greening out.
You were greening out. And it was the worst time I've seen the Red Hot Chili Peppers because I've seen them multiple times, and Blues Fest was packed as fuck, and we're short little girls.
That's
and
also why.
Driving through Ottawa, it was a shithole. Like, our Airbnb was in like a whack ass neighborhood.
It was a cool Airbnb though.
The Airbnb was cool. It had like little Harry Potter rooms under the stairs. Maybe it was a shit Airbnb. I don't know. But anyway, this time that I went to Ottawa, there was a sinkhole, and it literally like claimed half the city. I like to say it was reclaiming Ottawa. Hell was reclaiming Ottawa, because Ottawa is hell. But anyway, so everything took longer because we had to drive around this massive sinkhole. This has nothing to do with the story. The story is that this girl would come back to the room drunk, and both nights was talking to me about her night with the door open and just taking a loud shit.
What?
Is that wild? I totally forgot this even happened.
Because you guys had to share a room?
Me and her had to share a room.
Oh, God.
Which was already crazy, but they're like, whatever. This was also like, it's, first of all, the music
like
industry.
20.
We're in our early 20s. We're like two young girls. Like, we could share a room, even though in my head I was like, I don't fucking want. You also chose me to go on this work trip, like, because I'm a young, hot bitch. Like, give me my own room.
Yeah.
What if I want a wheel?
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. And she like came back in like screaming, being like, and then like taking loud. Yeah, she took a shit. She took a shit.
Did she do anything bad?
No, she didn't do anything. Oh, but she did get in trouble with her boss. But her boss was a fucking loser. And her boss is actually the Beach's agent.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tea.
Yeah. The Beach's. My little hands. I'm spilling the tea. I have a lot of tea on the Canadian music industry, but I feel like no one cares about it. What?
Patreon.
Patreon. Oh, yeah. I'll spill all the tea on Patreon. But yeah, anyway, that was the story about the chick that took a shit in front of me, and she didn't even mention it, and I didn't mention it either, and I think I forgot about it until I told Joe like 2 weeks ago when we were at the last dinner party concert.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway.
Wow.
And I thought that was too far.
Yeah.
Since we were coworkers and all. I mean, even if we were best friends, I wouldn't love that.
I've never done that around anyone.
No, you've never taken a shit.
I don't even do it at all.
You don't shit. Yeah, that's right. We actually have another friend who also doesn't shit, and her boyfriend doesn't know she shits.
Yes.
Or I don't know if they talk about it ever. I think it's like she just pretends that she doesn't shit.
Yeah.
He's like, okay.
Yeah, Luke doesn't really talk about it.
Really? He used to say, I need to take a crunch.
To like his guy friends.
Oh, so maybe he's always saying it to Joe, and I always hear him talk about it.
Yeah.
Joe and Luke.
He would never say that to me.
He would never say, I need to take a crunch to you.
No.
I've heard him say it multiple.
Oh. No, not. But he would only say it like to guys or like around guys, like to be like funny. He would never actually seriously say that to me.
I need to take a crunch. Also, like that's normal for us. Is it normal for you, listeners? Like we hear that shit. Gotta take a crunch.
Brutal.
So brutal.
Anyway, I feel like we've talked about this for far too long. Especially since it's not even real advice because it's definitely our friend Katie.
Let's see if Katie responded. Yep, it's her. But good cue, no? She says.
Guess so. We talked about it for about 25
actually,
minutes.
that was one of her best questions. And, I feel like a lot of people probably wanted to know that. But if you want to know the secret at the beginning of a relationship, I know I've said this before, the shower move, you find a room with an ensuite, close the ensuite door. There's a lot of ways. But my way was often to find a Starbucks, be like, oh, I'm going to go for coffee, and then go to Starbucks and then take a shit at Starbucks. And the Starbucks I did that in most often was on Coxwell.
Right.
So the Starbucks on Coxwell, if you're ever there, Coxwell and, O'Connor, taking a lot of shits in there.
Or you simply wait, unless you're like on vacation together, in which case it's like...
Yeah, oh yeah, if it's a one night thing.
You just be uncomfortable.
You just wait, you get the fuck out of there and you go home and shit, take a laxie. Because sometimes you get backed up when you do that.
Yeah. Although sometimes body knows when you've reached the threshold of your home and comfort.
Oh my God, that's like how my body always knows when I get on an airplane.
And what does it do?
I shit on airplanes.
You do?
Yeah, it's my favorite. It's so loud. No one is in there.
What about this?
Oh, I'm not kidding when I tell you.
I know that.
My shits don't smell.
I know that actually is
it's
true.
Crazy.
I've lived with you.
Like something would have to be really wrong.
Wait, would you believe me if I told you I have never once in my life done that? Never.
And that's really crazy because you've been to like Thailand and shit. Like you've been like international, love.
Yeah, I don't do that. But I also barely even pee on planes. I don't like being up on a plane. It scares me.
I love being up. It gives the illusion of control. I'm like, I'm allowed to be up first of all.
I'm just like, my head's going to hit the ceiling.
If the seatbelt sign's turned off though, I feel like, I'm allowed to be up and it's safe for me to be in the bathroom.
I'm scared of being like trapped up. Like I'm scared of turbulence beginning and I'm at the back of the plane and everyone's trying and like some people don't care as much as me.
Right.
So they're like, because you know the people who the seatbelt sign, they're up and they're like getting shit and whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm scared I'm going to get trapped behind people who don't give a fuck. And then there's going to be an air pocket and my head's going to hit the ceiling.
Right.
And they're going to have to turn the plane around. So I only pee when I absolutely have to. Like I usually like wait until I'm about to burst. I'm also at the window, so I like.
Wow, your flying experience is so different than mine.
I know.
Mine is very much like, I get on there, I take shits, I sit in the aisle. I feel like more autonomy.
Like you're just like living a normal day.
Yes,
you're not just
I have
strapped to a
power
chair.
over my life, and I also,
That's
me,
nice.
I feel safe on the toilet.
That's good. I actually feel like every time I get in an airplane bathroom, that's when turbulence starts.
Oh,
so
that's
maybe
true.
It's put in my head that like if you go to the bathroom, there is going to be turbulence because I feel like that's usually the case.
Yes.
I don't know if I also just feel bumps more there, right? Like you're not strapped in, you're at the back of the plane. Like I'm not talking about like insane turbulence, but I feel like I'm sitting in the seat and it's smooth, and then I decide to go to the bathroom and it's like boop, boop, boop,
yeah, boop, boop, boop.
and then I'm scared, and then I'm like hurry up, get to my seatbelt.
Right. Oh my God, I like being in turbulence in the bathroom.
What?
I'm just like, you know what? It's safe in here.
What if it sloshes around?
It's not gonna slosh around.
Oh, it goes right.
It's not.
It
you can't even see it.
It's not an outhouse.
It's not an outhouse. There's like a little like clasp that closes.
Yeah. True.
Liz was actually telling us recently that her cottage used to have an outhouse. Like literally that's how they had to go to the bathroom at the cottage. And when she was a kid, if she got like the stomach flu or something, she'd have to go to an outhouse, which is crazy. That would give me anxiety.
That is great for privacy reasons though.
Great for privacy reasons, but like I feel like I don't know, like
not really for comfort reasons.
Not for comfort reasons, especially if Deanna's in town. If Deanna followed you to the cottage and you have to run
and
into
then
an
it's
outhouse,
just like a
middle
hole,
of the night,
like
bears.
A porta potty.
I actually have no idea. I've seen her outhouse. I have not been inside it, but like it's still there, I think, at her cottage.
I used to go to a place, Geneva Park, where we would go every summer, and it was an outhouse, but there were no bathrooms in the cabins.
Right.
Like there was bathrooms, like public restrooms in various spots. So when you had to go to the bathroom,
that bugs me because it's the middle of the night. There's bears, there's like
I don't pee in the middle of the night, but
well, I do.
Yeah. And once the first time I ever got drunk was there. Oh. Because I went there from like a kid until an adult.
Yeah.
Or at least a teenager. And I came back and I had never puked from drinking before. And I like woke up in the middle of the night and felt sick and just had to puke in my own bed.
What?
Because I didn't have anything. And like the bathroom was over there. Like if the bathroom was in the cabin, maybe I could have run there. But it was just like, it just wasn't happening. And then I puked. And then I was still young enough that I was like, well, my mom has to deal with this. Like, my mom has to help me.
Right.
Because it was my first time puking from drinking. So my only experience of puking was like as a kid when you get your mom.
How old were you?
Like 15, 14 maybe.
Oh,
maybe
my
13 actually. Yeah, I think I was actually 13, like grade 8.
Oh my
maybe.
God.
And yeah, maybe like going into grade 9.
So you went to bed hammered.
Yeah, on Bacardi.
Oh no.
And then I puked, and then I like got my mom or something, because I think I also was confused. Like, you know, when it's your first time drinking, you're kind of like, am I sick or whatever? And then I told my mom I had bad onion rings, and she was like, that checks out, you're a child.
Right.
And then like helped me or whatever, and then I just went back to sleep. Probably like sprung out of bed the next morning.
I was gonna say
problem.
totally fine.
I don't
after
remember anything after that. I just remember that I was like, oh, I have to get my mom, but I have to lie about what I was doing.
Where was your mom?
I don't know if I had to get her, or if she like heard me and asked if I was okay or something, because we were in a cabin. Like,
oh, you were in the same room?
No, we were in the same room, but we were in a cabin.
Oh, okay.
So it was like our rooms were next. It was a little like wooden wall, like bed to bed. So she was maybe like, Annie, you good? And then I was like, oh, bad onion rings.
That's so funny.
Because we all, like the kids that went there, we all grew up together.
Yeah.
But
did anybody else puke from drinking that night?
I don't know. It was just me and Julia in the room. She was fine. She's a tank.
She's a tank.
And
she doesn't care.
And we like, so it was like all kids that grew up together. And then when we started becoming teenagers, and we hung out with people who were like a year to 2 years older than us.
Yeah, which in children years is like 10 years older than you.
Like 15-year-old boys being like, I gotta make you a Bacardi. And we were like, oh. And we like went out into this field and just chilled and drank. And I was like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
I love drinking. I remember like thinking this is the best thing ever.
Oh, wow. I love that. I'm so happy for you thinking about that.
But it took me a while to drink Bacardi again.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that can't be close to your worst.
Oh, absolutely not. No, I barely remember. I don't remember how I felt. I just remember the fact that, I remember being like, that's unfortunate that the bathroom is so far. I just simply won't make it.
No, I feel like your worst has to be when you got dressed horizontal for Emma Kula's play.
Yeah, or after Dolly's. Which we told that story.
Oh, yeah. No, you cut it.
No, I just cut part of it.
Oh, okay. Whatever. Maybe Pete Leon. Maybe we tell the full story.
Okay, I'll go back and listen and see what I said.
I feel like you cut the whole thing. Well, like when Raghu fell down the stairs. Do you guys know about Raghu falling down the stairs?
Yeah, no, I cut that part.
Yeah.
But I don't think I cut the part where we said, are we going to have a threesome? No. Or maybe I did actually.
Okay, whatever.
I'll go back and listen. And
take a listen, because maybe that's good for the Patreon. We have some crazy tales. I feel like
How did we even get on this? Tangent City.
I know.
Was that it for our questions?
Yeah, I just did 3. I mean, is there anything you want to talk about now? Like anything in the news? Anything?
I was going to ask you. I feel like I've been really just chit-chatting about myself.
Honestly, I feel like I've been in my own kind of hole. Mm-hmm. So if anybody wants to talk about pregnancy odds and numbers and figures.
You do know a lot about that.
I know.
That's going to be nice for your friends in the future.
Yes, it is.
How much you know.
Do you know that 3 girls messaged me, like 3 girls who I've been like chatting with regularly about like my pregnancy, messaged me, and they all said that their first was a miscarriage as well. And I'm like, wow, I had no idea.
Wow.
Yeah. And one of the girls I was talking to was like, oh, I was so traumatized by it. I didn't try again for like 5 months.
Oh.
Yeah. Crazy.
You won't do that.
Not me, man.
No. But that's interesting. It's like, okay, next time body will just know.
Apparently. Oh, yeah, my doctor called today.
Well, it's not body. I guess it's literally just the
uterus. No, it's
nothing
embryo.
to do with you. It's the
embryo.
It's actually not you at all. It's them.
This is why I don't understand the stat, because my doctor called today and was like that it likely happens with your first pregnancy and it likely won't happen again. Based on what?
Whoa.
Based on what?
So maybe it has a little bit to do with like the body doing
being
something
primed.
so brand new.
Yes, maybe body's more primed. Yes.
You know what? I was thinking about this today because we have a friend who's in labor right now. And
let me just say, everybody I know is doing a natural labor right now, which is blowing my mind. Could never be me, but I love hearing about the experiences.
I know.
Like her husband was filling up a tub in their living room. But anyway.
I know. Exciting. And she's like 2 weeks early. Mm-hmm. It's her second.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, my cousin it's her first, and she's like
a week
10
late?
days late.
Yeah. Oh,
or
yeah.
9 days late today.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, oh yeah, well that's really common. They do say with your first, you're usually late, and with your second, you can be a bit early. Like that checks out. But I was thinking today, I'm like, wonder why that is. Like, I guess your body just remembers how to do it, or what, like, but I'm like, really, what, I don't know. It's up to, you'd think it wouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
Because you go back to normal, and maybe it's just muscle memory, but I'm like, is it her body that's stopping it right now? Or I thought the baby kind of decides when it wants to come. So I was thinking, how does that work, that many second time babies want to come early and first timers want to go late? Like, it must be something with the woman's body.
It has to be, because even when the baby comes out, it's not the baby wants, is it? Baby wants? Is it not
it's not mom wants. Julia wants the baby.
I know,
to come.
but mentally she wants, but maybe her body gets to choose. What?
Right. But I guess I guess I always thought of it as, oh, first babies are, obviously it has something to do with your body as well, but same with this miscarriage thing. It's like, oh, it has nothing to do with your body working properly. It's like, well, it must have a little bit to do with your body. Not with it working properly, but it obviously, it's in there. It's in the
especially
concoction.
If we're going to use my body as the reason that it'll work next time. It's like, well, then is my body the reason it didn't work this time? The answer is, by the way, no. It's a genetic problem.
Yeah, exactly.
But I wonder,
But if they can come up with that stat, and then same with the second babies, it's like, do they go quicker just because your body's like, oh, we remember doing this. We don't need, like, what's your body doing the first time? Is it just like,
I don't know. I don't get it.
Like, just, we know what to do because the body will expel a baby.
You hope, yeah.
And so it's like, what's up with your body not knowing?
I don't know.
The first time and knowing the second time.
And what pisses me off more is what's up with us not knowing shit about our own bodies. That's something I really noticed with pregnancy. I was pissed off.
Yeah. Well, even with ovulating and stuff, right? Like,
even with getting pregnant, like when you're like looking it up, you're like, oh, that's how it works? Okay. Can't believe I had to really not have access to this information until it was time to look into it. Like, your whole life getting told, like, watch out or else you'll get pregnant and you'll have a baby that you can't afford. And it's like, just kidding. You'll likely miscarry.
Only in the last 2 years have I even known that ovulation happens 2 weeks after. I always thought it was like right before you got your period.
Oh, me too. I had no clue when it was.
Yeah.
No clue.
Hi, Jessup.
Oh, guys, Jessup just came out of the little cell I keep him in when we record. He looks so cute and fresh-faced.
No, he's never been here when we recorded.
He's never been here.
This is a fun little surprise.
No, he's home. He's obviously taking care of me, even though I'm obviously, still performing all my duties, just...
in her Babaton top.
In my Babaton top.
Okay, should we go anyway?
Yeah, I think we should go anyway because we're hungry.
So
and
hungry.
The Leafs are going to start playing in 30 minutes, which means we got to put on the
that's
pre-show.
Perfect timing. We really always do know.
We really always do know. So that's perfect. And, go
So
Leafs
that's
go.
Perfect.
Leafs are going to be out of the playoffs after tonight, likely, but
good thing
okay.
Luke and I planned all of our dance lessons around maybe if there's going to be a Leafs game that day.
Are you serious? All the potential playoff days?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, just all the days that there are left till our wedding. Well, we're only doing 2 more, but we had to do them on different days than we usually do because she didn't have the time. Basically, Luke's like, we can't do this at 6:15 anymore because I need to be back by 7.
Right.
So now we have to do them at 5:30, and she only had other days at 5:30, but not on days that there even were games necessarily, just in case there happened to be a league game on that day.
Right.
And here they are.
And here they are. They're about to shit the bed, but we'll see. Austin Matthews isn't playing tonight. This isn't a sports podcast. No, I don't. Joe, is Matthews playing tonight?
Oh.
We'll find out for a minute if he goes out for warm-ups, according to my big strong man.
Why, is he injured?
I don't know. Is he injured, Joe? They haven't said anything.
What? Oh
no.
Deanna?
Noro? Do you think Deanna followed him to Boston, Joe?
Oh no. Bad timing for him.
Why would I feel like Deanna's so versatile? She probably could have gotten into his
what's
bag.
crazy? Sometimes Deanna will come at inopportune moments, but sometimes Deanna will really just, when it's so dire, stop.
Yeah, true. Sometimes Deanna knows that she needs to leave on site. So Here's
Hopefully
hoping for the
that
best for the boys. Should we like make this a sports? Honestly, something I do want to do on this podcast though is, you know how like if you guys live in Canada listening, there's this big sports podcast here called Overdrive that my husband listens to religiously, and I feel like all the guys I know kind of like listen to Overdrive, and they have this thing on Fridays they do called Dear Hazy Bee, where they answer questions, and it's so fucking funny because I feel like I have a better answer to all of their questions. And I said to Joe, I'm like, I'm gonna steal their questions and give a female perspective.
That's a great idea. And then we should post it to TikTok. They already looked at your TikTok.
Yeah,
they've already posted Sam.
They've posted me on they posted one of my TikToks on their show on TSN once because I talked about them once, and when I was talking about them, I'm like, I have no clue who these guys are. I don't know what they're talking about, but I fucking love them.
Wait, we should actually do that.
Joe's been telling me to do that forever because they get asked really good questions, and it's all from guys, right? Like, yeah. It's guys asking like, and
other
the questions
guys.
The questions are always like really like something that we wouldn't really get asked on it. It's like sports related. It'll be like,
they don't have a friend Katie.
They don't have a friend Katie that's just making shit up. Although I feel like people probably do make shit up just to get on their pod.
Whatever's clever.
Whatever's clever if it fucking works.
Yeah, anyway. If you have a good question, it's true. It doesn't really matter what the motives are.
What matters is the content.
Okay, maybe next week we'll do that. So will you watch?
Of course, I'm always watching. Okay. I've got an ear to the streets for the Overdrive guys, even though I don't like really get what they're talking about ever. That's okay. I don't need to get it.
It's not for you.
It's not for me to understand, but I can still appreciate it.
Okay, we'll look forward to that next week.
All right, and write into Dollspace, d0llspace.com, and write in your questions, and also join our Patreon, which is, I don't know, featured somewhere. Like, look at our TikTok and see if it's in the bio. I don't know if I put it.
I think it's on Instagram for sure.
Oh, yeah, it's on something.
We'll give it another promotion.
And just know on our Patreon, that, like, you know.
It's pretty loose.
It's going to get fucking... Oh. Whatever.
Is that what you're gonna say? Spicy?
I don't know. Maybe we want to spill some more secrets on there. Maybe there's more things to learn.
Oh, there's always more things to learn.
There's always more things to learn.
Okay. Love y'all.
Oh, you actually said bye this time before the...
I didn't even say bye. I just said love y'all. File, collect all, and save a day.